pilots flying over Pacific Ocean spot several UFOs. According to a UFO researcher, Ben Hansen, a former FBI agent and the host of Discovery Plus show UFO Witness, numerous sightings of unidentified flying objects have been reported by dozens of pilots flying across the Pacific Ocean over the last 2 months. He obtained new footage and air traffic control recordings that reveal baffled pilots struggling to describe their bizarre mid-air sightings. He compiled accounts of pilots from Southwest Airlines, Hawaiian Airlines and others between August. In one captivating account, a former military pilot reported seeing multiple aircraft flying above him. "We've got a few aircraft to our north here and he's going around in circles, much higher altitude than us. Any idea what they are?" Pilot Mark Hulsey radioed in on August while flying a charter jet off the Los Angeles coast. The confused controller responds, telling the pilot that he was not sure. Hulsey called back 23 minutes later to say that the 3 aircraft he had originally reported had increased to 7, flying between 5,000 and 10,000 feet above him. Hulsey says in the recording, "They just keep going in circles. I was an F-18 pilot in the Marine Corps, and I'm telling you, I've done many intercepts. I've never seen anything like this." According to Hansen, the strange lights that some pilots reported as possible aircraft were seen by upwards of 15 different commercial flights, and at least 6 pilots are willing to go on record with their names and everything if asked to do so by any investigative agencies, he said. "In this case, we have a global phenomenon from as far west as Japan to as far east as possibly Miami. Whatever it is, pilots are seeing it from halfway across the world." Chris and Trent also picked up the red flashing light in the video, which we now believe is most certainly the IR light that is used in the autofocus of the new iPhones reflecting back from the windows on the plane. There are also some stationary lights, which are stars that were looking at the focus in the center just above the horizon.
Okay,
let's dive in and explore footage.
Barely see it. Oh, dang it, went away.
Right there. Yeah, we got it. And is your position currently between pivot and flex? We're actually up on the Zulu track.
So everybody's seeing it.
Yeah, we're eastbound on the Zulu track, just about 80 miles out of Zulu, but yeah, we see it. Yeah, we're at the 330 right over Simmons. Yeah, we're looking at it. We're right behind Civic. Can you give me a clock code where we should be looking? I know at pretty much 9 o'clock. We're at the lower right-hand corner of the northern device, the lower right-hand corner of the Big Dipper is where it's been hanging out. United 534, we're 30 miles west of Civic. 320 at 20 degrees north of the horizon, and it's probably
there it is.
Either the SpaceX satellites or maybe it's the Perseus. There's a Perseus meter tower this week.
It's not a satellite and it's not a meteor. No,
yeah, these things are not moving like meteors. It looks like they're orbiting every now and then and changing direction. We curve.
So, as previously stated, things are starting to get interesting. We have upwards of a dozen different pilots from at least 6 different flights attempting to determine what these objects are. You can hear them disagreeing with the United pilot. "These are not meteors, these are not satellites." By the way, the weather in Honolulu shows a few scattered clouds no higher than 5,000 feet shortly after they took off. The clouds seen here are much higher than 5,000 feet. But, as far as I could tell from what they call the echotops to report, they were probably no higher than 20 or 25,000, so it's difficult to say if the objects were actually dipping in and out of the tops of the clouds or if it was just a perspective because they were so far off on the horizon. Now what about this movement that the pilots are reporting? These objects, they said, are orbiting. They appear to be going around in circles. Let's take a look and analyze these clips.
First glance, it looks like the object is just brightening really intense and then dimming, but it doesn't look like there's much movement. The captain said there definitely was movement. All the witnesses were saying these things are moving, and you can see that if we speed this up and then put it in reverse. And here it is here. You're going to see that it makes an arcing pattern. The captain said it was more curved and not linear. There it is in reverse. In this one, you can easily see some of the stars, the Big Dipper, and everyone seemed to indicate they were coming from the bottom right-hand corner of it. Sometimes the objects would just kind of pop up over the horizon, hang out for a bit, and then dip back down. So in this case, we have a reflection of what I think is an iPad in the cockpit there coming off the window. But every so often they would see things that they believe are meteors, and this probably is. But it lights up underneath the canopy of the clouds or just beyond it in the horizon. Now, if this case only relied on the video evidence, which it doesn't because we have a lot of eyewitness testimony directly observing it, then I would say the best indication that this is not something mundane like a meteor shower or satellites would be just doing what we're doing here. Now, Trent first tried this out. He posted a video similar to this on TikTok. All we've done is sped up the playback speed by 6 times. And when you do that over a 10-minute video like this was, you see how many times these objects keep showing up. Sometimes they'll go from left to right, mostly left to right, and another one will come up following it close behind and at different altitudes. You can start to see that just over the horizon. Here's one, and this one will disappear, and then one will pop up pretty much right above it and do the same thing. So this is exactly what they were seeing pretty much the whole passage from over the Pacific Ocean from Hawaii to Los Angeles, to the point where both the captain and first officer said we were almost kind of bored of it. At some point, it was just so amazing, but it kept going on, and that's why I've called these the racetrack UAPs.
We are expecting more development on UFOs in the coming days. If you have any story of such an encounter, do share it with us, and stay curious guys, keep exploring.